Hey team, this is Cliff at Starbucks, and I'm recording the overview of the method for our studies this quarter. This illustration has three parts, as you can see by the symbols at the bottom. There are three tables that we'll have set up in class. Here's how you're going to go through every book that we study. First step, of course, is you pray, and you don't stop praying. But really this first big table is a wide table because in this first step, which has several parts, you're going to get the author's big picture or message of the entire book. You're going to do this probably the first 2 days of the week. Here's how you're going to do it. There's going to be two contexts that you're working to understand. The first is the literary context. Literary just means the book itself, the words of the book. First step is to do a first reading, and when you're done reading from the beginning to the end, you make a guess. Well, what's the main idea of the book? Then the next part is you go paragraph by paragraph, and you do the same thing. Well, what is the message of this paragraph? Pretty soon you have a long list in more detail what the meaning of every paragraph says and how that might affect what your understanding of the book is. The last step is you take those paragraph titles and you analyze them and you organize them, and I'll show you in a separate video how to do it, but basically in the end, on one piece of paper you'll have the logic of the entire book represented. It'll be in your mind, and I have one of these in my mind for every book of the Bible. It's an amazing way to remember the big picture of the entire Bible. Well, that's the literary context. The second kind of context is called historical context. You're going to do a little report, a research paper. I'm calling it the book background facts. We'll show you how to do this. The idea is these are real people in a real culture, and what was their life like, and we're going to try to sit in their chair to the degree that that's possible. Well, now you're ready. Once you've got the big picture of the entire book, part two is going through the details. Section by section of each book, or chapter by chapter, you're going to go from the author to the original audience to yourself, and it's going to look like this. You're going to start out with observation, and when you're observing is the details of what the author's message is. You've already got the big picture. In this step, in observation, you work through the details. Then the big picture gives you confidence that you're not making up new theology. That's a mistake. So you can have a lot of confidence in this observation step because you've already done the big picture. Now you're ready to interpret it for the original audience. Well, how do you know about them? Well, you've already done the research, my friends. This is where the bones get the flesh on. They start to become human. And that allows you to empathize with their experience with God. And you're finally ready for each chart to do an application for yourself. You keep doing this chapter, observe, interpret, apply, by chapter, through the entire book, observe, interpret, apply, until you work through the message for every chapter of the book. You've tried to apply it to your life, and that gives you the authority and the opportunity to share it with someone else, which is part three. And I call that proclamation. You're ready to proclaim, share your experience of that book with someone else. We're going to train you how to give a sermon or do some storying, or you can do a video blog or anything you want to do, but it's an opportunity for you to learn how to communicate. And that, my friends, is what I consider the three steps of inductive study. You're going to be able to do it in your sleep when you're done.